beautiers, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela and I put out beauty related videos when I can. I got my Sephora VIB sale. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this one. You've already read the title. I literally just told you what we're doing here. We're going to do a haul slash try on for everything that I bought from Sephora during this time's VIB sale. I did this thing where I approached it differently than I had the previous time. This is actually the second VIB sale I've shopped in my little makeup life, but I wanted to do something where I kind of got like one of each of the makeup categories. Like I got one blush, one bronzer, a new concealer, like little things like that. I didn't buy a complete full face, but I thought it'd be fun to like go about it in that sense. Like I don't necessarily have like holy grail products that have come from Sephora. I do have some products that I genuinely love so much. And there is one product in particular that I did sort of repurchase or purchased like the big size of. That's because I really, really liked it. But other than that, I wanted to do something where I bought brand new makeup to me. And I did purchase a couple of newer makeup releases that I've just recently launched this month. So I'm excited. Let's just get into this. That's all the babbling. That's it. Let's do this. So I purchased the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. I have mine in the shade Sepia. I am wearing the Vanish Stick Foundation. I wanted to pair the foundation with the concealer because that's who I am and that's how I roll. So I purchased a mini just because I wanted to try it out, see what I thought. I do love that some of these higher end products come in travel or trial sizes. I kind of do this in the order in which I would apply my makeup. I also finally picked up the Tower 28 Bronzino Illuminating Cream Bronzer. I actually really wanted this in the last VIB sale, but I ended up picking up the Makeup by Mario Contour Stick, but I'm really, really excited for this. Oh, this looks so beautiful. I love, love, love cream bronzers, and this looks like a beautiful, like, glistening from within bronzer, and I cannot wait to put this all over my cheeks. And then I also picked up my first item from One Size Beauty. I haven't tried any products from this brand. I picked up one of their cheek clappers or blushes. I was really intrigued by this because one, you know how I feel about blush, and two, I thought it was innovative and unique to put almost three different formulas into like a blush compact. I loved the idea. I will say I'm not a huge fan of this bulky packaging. Probably won't travel with this, to be honest, but I'm really excited to try the formula anyway. I mean, this doesn't have to go with me everywhere when I travel, you know, like, but I'm excited to try what this brand has to offer. I also picked out a super loud shade that I know that I don't have in my collection. I got the shade Firestarter because I was like, you know what? I don't have anything like this. Like, I don't have a red cream blush, and I really wanted something red, fiery orange. I mean, that's why it's called Firestarter. And then I loved the concept where everything else sort of just like goes well together or pairs well together. Moving on, I finally purchased the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I have their foundation and concealer, and I love them, so I'm excited to see what it sets like with their powder or corresponding powder, because I love that. I don't know why. I love purchasing like a brand's full like face routine or like foundation, concealer, and powder routine, because they're meant to go together and it's just gonna make you look so good. I mean, they're all tested together, like, and yeah, so I'm excited about this. I have mine in the shade Comfy. I think this was like a medium shade. It looks way, way lighter than I anticipated, and at first I thought this wasn't gonna work for me, but I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're going to be okay. I bought one eyeshadow palette, and this one I was back and forth at first, but then I started watching a couple of videos on it, and I was like, you know what? It is kind of beautiful, and it looks so luxurious, and I'm just really excited for all of the shades. I love those romantic, soft, like berry tones or like browns with like plummy berry undertones. I feel like they complement my brown eyes so much. So I'm really excited about this. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. It's beautiful. And when I opened it, I did open this already because I couldn't how could I not open this and stare at it? And it is way more beautiful in person than I anticipated on camera, and honestly just looks like another neutral berry like eyeshadow palette, but it's special. Like the shimmer formula, like there's some duochromes in here, and I feel a certain way about duochromes. I'm a sucker for duochromes, and there's one in particular that's calling my name that is just gonna have to be applied all over the lid today. It's this shade right here, if you must know. It doesn't look like anything special, but when you're looking at it in person, there is a gold burgundy like flip to it that I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait to put this all over my eyes today. I also am excited to try these cream shades on the side here too. I'm gonna use this as my eyeshadow base today, so I'm so excited for this. The only thing I'm not excited about is all the fingerprints that I'm gonna get all over this deliciously beautiful packaging. But you know what? It's okay. And then last but not least, I purchased another Urban Decay all-nighter spray, only this time they released a brand new version of their all-nighter spray. I have the original and I didn't really understand the hype until I started using that spray, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get the hype. It's wonderful. It really does help the makeup last. Now, it doesn't help if you're wearing a mask. You know, I do still get transfer on my mask even when I spray the crap out of my face with that product. But you know what? It does help kind of have everything sort of stay in place. Nothing slides around. I'm a very sweaty person. I'm a dry, sweaty person. It's like the weirdest combination of anything, but sometimes my sweat will move my makeup around, and because I spray my face with the Urban Decay all-nighter, I feel like I can sweat but all of my makeup still stays in place. But they released a new version with vitamin C, cactus flower water, and it's supposed to give you a little bit more of a glowy complexion, so I'm excited to see what this looks like after I do all of my makeup. So I added this little guide to So that is everything I ordered. That's everything I'm gonna try on in this video today. So let's just get right into this. Yes. Okay, so I already did my brows and foundation off camera. I did go in with the Smashbox primerizer. That's all I used for primer today. And then I applied the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I like pairing, you know, foundations and concealers within the same line just because they're made like that, you know? They're made to go together, and sometimes it really does make a difference and it looks beautiful. So I know that I have a Kosas powder today, but I'm sure you'll probably see me wear all those products in a video in the future. But today, because I bought the Hourglass Vanish concealer, I wanted to use the foundation. So I bought mine in the shade Sepia. In the stick, I am in the shade Nude. This is a pretty decent match, if I do say so myself. So I'm excited to see what this formula is all about. I know it gets a lot of hype and a lot of people really, really like this concealer. So let's see what it looks like. I got the mini. Shade looks, it might be a hair too light, but we'll see how this goes. If not, I will definitely exchange it for a different shade. I'm so bad buying concealer online sometimes. Like, I fail at it miserably. I'm just blending this out with my sponge, and ooh, that melted right into the skin. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a hair too light, so I may have to exchange it for a different shade. Ooh, it's nice and full coverage. You could barely see my little dark circle that exists there. It's nice and brightening. So there is one layer. I think that looks fantastic. It blended right in to the foundation. I definitely think it's too light now that I'm looking really close up at it. It's a little too light. I might just exchange it for a deeper shade, but it still looks really, really good. Next up, I'm going to apply the Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer. I got mine in the shade West Coast. I am so excited about this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Use this like angled kabuki style brush. This one is from AOA Studio or Shop Miss A. It's definitely one of my favorite brushes to apply cream bronzer or cream contour. So I'm just going to tap into this. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Oh heck yeah, that is everything that I thought it was gonna be and more. And I knew that I was gonna love this. Like, I love a more glowy bronzer than a matte bronzer. Like, those are my favorite. I love when they reflect or have like dimension, that's the word, dimension to them, so that you don't look so flat and just like line across the face, if that makes any sense. Formula blends out like a dream. Like, that literally just looks seamless. And I love that it kind of gives me like a little bit of a sunburn look, but at the same time, like, look at that glow. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Feeling like a bronzed goddess now. That looks really, really pretty. I love that shade. I wonder if they probably do, something with a little bit more of a reddish undertone. I love a bronzer that makes you look like you literally just got sunburned, but this is nonetheless beautiful. All right, time for my favorite part, the blush. So this is the One Size blush. I got mine in the shade Firestarter. I'm gonna use all 3 shades today because I'm that kind of girl. But I'm really, really excited about this shade. I may have to change my shirt because it's such like a cool tone blue shirt. But I love this whole idea and this like compact and just having all of these steps available in one spot. Like I mentioned, the package is a little bit bulky. It kind of looks like a, hello, it's me. But I'm excited. So I'm gonna start with this Shop Miss A stippling brush, and I'm gonna go into this blush, and ooh, she's picking up a lot, But I'm gonna start off with this much. Oh, yeah, she packs a punch, that's for sure. Okay, let's start with that. I do have a towel here, so I'm gonna wipe off the excess because this is a very, very pigmented, a lot more pigmented than I anticipated. So I wiped my brush, and let's see how this blends out. Ooh, that color though, it's really, really pretty. It doesn't set too quickly, which is nice. Sometimes, you know, these blushes can set really, really fast, and then you're screwed. But it seems to be blending really, really well. This brush is really, really nice for blending out any sort of really, really pigmented blushes. I usually use this brush when I am applying my Rare Beauty liquid soft pinch, I think it's what they're called, blushes. So I figured I'd use this, and I'm just applying some of this, you know, everywhere because I have so much, but this is blending beautifully. Like, you saw how crazy that looked, and it is really just blending into the skin. And I definitely didn't need to like dip so much. Like, I could have probably just done like one dip and then applied it to both cheeks because she is packing punch. Oh my gosh, she is a fire starter for sure. I'm gonna hold off on this little guy here, and we're going to powder my face now. So up next is the Kosas face powder. I have mine again in the shade Comfy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to powder my under eyes with this just a little bit. I'm just gonna take one of these little, this is a Laura Lee Los Angeles brush. It's the L25. And I just picked up a little bit on the edge here. And let me see, I gotta get rid of some of the creasing. I'm gonna take a little bit of this powder, tap off the excess, and sort of set. This may actually deepen that concealer, so it might not look too crazy after I use this powder. I'm also gonna use the same little brush to powder in this area. Sort of concentrate in my smile lines and on the side of my nose. It almost seems like I'm not powdering, if that makes sense. Like, this powder is so soft and fine. It's like weird. It feels like I'm not powdering at all. Setting the makeup beautifully, but it doesn't make me feel dry, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm wearing too much powder. But at the same time, I'm like, am I setting my makeup? Like, I can continue to powder forever and I'm still not going to see this powder. It really does feel like nothing. Like, I didn't powder at all. You can still see my glow coming through. Like, the skin still just kind of looks like skin. That's really pretty. I really like this powder. Going back to the One Size blush, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the next step, which is the powder version. This looks a lot more orange than it does red. So let's see. Oh, that one is pigmented as well. I'm also gonna tap some on the back of my hand because I did not expect what I expected with the cream one. So, oh, that's pretty. That's a nice little like system to top everything. Oh my God, yeah, that's so crazy pigmented. This shade of blush is right up my alley and just what I wanted. Like that just looks so pretty, and I'm excited about the next one. So we're gonna go ahead and top it off with the last one. I should have mentioned what they're called. The first one is Petty, the second one is GTFO, and then the last one is Pop Off. Like, I'm feeling this. I'm gonna go ahead and use the same brush. I'm gonna tap into that beautiful, beautiful, almost like satin finish blush. I picked up quite a lot on the brush as well, so I'm gonna tap off the excess, and let's see. Oh, that's pretty. I may not even need highlighter today, actually. Oh, that's so pretty. Do you see that? Like, oh. Tap off the excess. Ooh, that is beautiful. It really does a nice job at smoothing out the skin. This is like the biggest pore area on my face, and I didn't even use my e.l.f. putty primer just because I wanted to see like what these products look like, if they were really as smoothing as they claim they are online. But that looks really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm wearing so much blush today. I am going to apply just a hair of highlighter in the high points of my cheeks. I'm just going to use an oldie but a goodie. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. It's a mini, it's the last one. It's like, it's so precious. I love this. I know that you can still get champagne pop through Smashbox, so that's always nice. I still have a decent amount of my champagne pop, but you cannot get anything else. But still kind of makes me sad. So this is what the skin is looking like so far. So good. I love everything that I've tried on so far. Next up, I'm going to spray my face. I'm going to go ahead and use the brand new Urban Decay All Nighter Vitamin C Cactus Flower Water spray. That's like the longest name for a setting spray. Right now, I'm feeling like I have more of a natural finish looking, like look to the skin. I'm not necessarily dewy or like hydrated looking, so I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like on top. So here we go. Oh, wait a minute. There it goes. You know what? They changed the mister on that. And the smell is a little more subtle than the original. I like that. I really like the way that that smells. Way less like chemically. It is a little bit on the sticky side. I got some on my shirt and I kind of like touched my shirt and it feels a little bit sticky. Maybe that's just going to make the makeup adhere and wear all day, which is nice. But now this is what I was looking for. Like kind of like this beautiful glowy like finish. Like this is what I wanted, and this looks absolutely stunning. I love the way that the skin looks like now. It looks like skin. That's my favorite way to you know, wear my makeup, where it almost looks like just my skin. Now the moment of truth. Let's get into the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 palette. I'm so excited about this. Oh my god. I'm going to start with this lighter cream shadow. Couldn't say it. This is in the shade, I don't know which way they go, but you know what? I'm just gonna point to them. I'm gonna start with this one right here. And I'm gonna take, let's see. I'm gonna take this angled floofy brush and pick up a little bit of this. Ooh, it's very, very creamy. And let's go ahead and apply this onto the eyelid. Oh. Oh, that's nice. That's really, really pretty. I'm sorry about my dirty brushes. Don't judge me. I think the first shade I'm going to go into is, I'm going to try this one right here. It's like a light, almost nudie pink color. And I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to pick up, ooh, lots of debris there. But that doesn't bother me. I think was it Patrick Ta who said that the more fallout you get in the palette, the less fallout you get on the eyes, or like the more like kick up or whatever. I think it was him, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just gonna take that shade and kind of apply it a little bit on the edge here, closer to the brow bone, to just get a vibe for that shade. I'm gonna move on to the shade right next to it, which is this, beautiful, beautiful color. It looks like nothing special on camera, I'm not gonna lie, but in person it has almost like a pinky brown like look to it, and I feel like this shade in the crease would be spectacular. Yep, it's gonna look pretty. Just using the same brush and just doing the windshield wiper motions back and forth, and with little circular motions to blend out those edges. They're one of those like one and done for me. Like I love plummy browns, and I think that's why I gravitated towards this palette, because I was like, this is gonna look so pretty on my brown eyes. Like it's just gonna make my eyes like, so that's why I bought it. I'm gonna pick up a more tapered brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. This really, really pretty, like deeper shade. I think that those two are going to pair so well together. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that on this brush. You know what I've noticed? So far, no fallout. So I kind of like that. I'm gonna take this shade and kind of focus it on the outer corner here of my eye. And I'm going to blend a little bit of this into the crease. I just want to deepen up that outer corner. Oh my god, that's so pretty. And I am, like I said, putting that into the crease, and then I'm kind of bringing that in like a little bit on the eyelid. I'm going to take whatever is left over and kind of run it on the lower lash line. I'm going to go into the deepest shade in the palette, this one right here. And I'm going to take my little brush, pick up a little bit of that, and again, just apply a little bit. I'm trying to use as many shadows as I can, and specifically more mattes than anything, because I love mattes. They are blending into each other like a dream. There's no mudding or anything like that. Maybe I underestimated his first palette. I thought it was so boring, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I know I have those shades, but this formula is really, really nice. Like, and so far everything is blending out like a dream, and I'm so glad I waited for this one. Like, this palette is definitely a little special. Now I'm gonna use some of these shimmer shades, and like I said, this shade right here is calling my name. I'm just gonna use my finger and you could see that. Oh my god, look at how beautiful. It's so much prettier in person. There is gold, maroon, pink. Like, it is shape-shifting, like beautiful duochrome. Like, I'm so excited about the shade, and look at how smooth that is. Like, that's gonna look amazing on my crepey, crusty eyelids. Like, I'm so excited. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's nice. That's so nice. Oh, do you see that? Oh, so pretty. And it feels unlike anything I think I've put on. Look, there's no fallout. No fallout on my face. It's almost like it went from powder to cream. Is there a thing? I don't know, but this is so nice. I wish you could see this duochrome beautifulness in person. It's so nice. It looks so shiny, metallic. I didn't even wet my brush. It's smoothing on the eyelid. Like, if you have older eyelids, I think you would love this shade, or maybe all of the formulas are like that. I mean, is anything else? No, nothing feels like this one. I just touched this like gold shade right here. It is a little bit more on the crumbly side. The next one over, a little bit more crumbly, but not as crumbly as the gold one. And then let me try this one. Oh yeah, this one has the same formula. Yeah, so there is some inconsistencies with formula, or maybe it's just because they're different finishes, but they do feel different. So I have the first, so I have these shades, these first 4 here on my fingers right now, and this reddy shade right here in the palette feels very, very similar to the one next to it. This very creamy one that I've got all over my eyelids. These two over here do feel a little bit more crumbly, more like a traditional, almost like satin or metallic shade. But these two, they have this creaminess that I'm just like, what? Do this purple shade right here. Oh yeah. Okay, so that one is very creamy too. Like, ooh. That feels beautiful. Oh, feels beautiful. Feels really nice. Like, so these 3, very, very creamy, very soft to the touch. They don't crumble. And then these 2 over here, a little bit more traditional, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit more on the crumbly side. So those 2 would probably give me a little bit more fallout. But this shade didn't give me any fallout. Looks glorious. It's smoothing. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's beautiful. The inner corner, I'm gonna go in with that lighter shade. I'm gonna see what this applies like on the eyes. It is very, very crumbly, almost like it wasn't pressed hard enough in a way. I don't know if you could see, but it's very, very chunky on my brush too. But let's see what this looks like on the inner corner. Might be a little bit, oh yeah, it's very, very chunky. Super duper chunky. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that shade, to be honest. Not as much as I like the other one, but it's still really, really, really pretty. Let's try this beautiful deep dark cream shadow as an eyeliner. Take this really teeny tiny brush here from e.l.f. I'm gonna dip into that. Ooh, it's almost like a lipstick. It's so creamy, like so incredibly creamy. And I'm just going to do a nice little, oh wow, that's so nice. Almost reminds me of the same gel-like consistency of my Melt Cosmetics like gel liners. Very, very similar, and that just applied like a dream. I'm gonna take a very small angled brush, and I am going to set that cream eyeshadow with this shade right here. I feel like this one kind of complements it a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and kind of just push it on top of where I made that line. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of this eyeshadow palette. I mean, for what it cost, I would hope that I would really like everything. The only thing I didn't quite like was that inner corner shade that I used. I mean, it looks stunning, but it's just a little too crumbly for my liking. But I'm sure with a little bit of like setting spray, it would stick very, very well. But I hope that this wears really, really long, and I hope that the bases, like the cream base shadows, don't crease, because then this is wonderful. You have everything in here. You have your, you know, sort of like primers or whatever with these guys over here. You could either go pretty dark, or a really pretty like rosy, almost neutral shade. And then you can apply anything else on top. You could do like this cream shade and then one of these, like I mentioned, or just do a full look like I have done today. So I'm very, very impressed. Oh. Very, very impressed. Love the quality of this. This is probably my favorite thing that I think I've tried so far. And I'm gonna enjoy using this palette a lot. So that's all I've got for you guys today. So hopefully you enjoyed today's little Sephora VIB haul / try on. I enjoyed so much putting on all these products. I specifically am in love with the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. I knew I wanted that palette, and I knew I would love that palette so much. The blush looks fantastic. I really, really like that formula, all 3 formulas, to be honest. I may consider getting something a little bit more on this like tone over here, like a nice rosy color, because I feel like my blush and my eyeshadow are kind of clashing a little bit today. But you know what? I had so much fun trying all these new things. Like, I don't even care that I've got red cheeks and purple eyeshadow. So yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and spread my love for makeup, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, okay. Mwah. Bye-bye.